You're listening to Viking Radio, coming to you from Dream Street Studios at Del Mar College. Now your host, Dr. Natalie Chapa.
So good morning, Corpus Christi. This is Dr. Natalie Chapa joining you from Dream Street Studios, live from our Del Mar College Heritage Campus. Thank you so much for joining us today on the show, everybody. As usual, we have the Mr. Mike B on the side. Mike.
Good morning, Natalie. You look extra lovely today.
Oh, my goodness. That means Mike has some bad news to tell me later or something. I didn't like that at all. Rob, you know that was, as the kids say, do they still say sus? I think so. No, I'm dating myself. But in terms of all of the wonderful medical care that happens in not only the state of Texas, but all over South Texas, we have the honor of having Mr. Eric Hamon, our president and CEO of the Driscoll Health System, with us today. Eric, welcome to the show.
Good morning. I'm glad to be here.
I am so glad that you're here. We're excited to have you here to talk about all the amazing things happening at the health system. But as you know, this is a show about Del Mar College. And so we also have Dr. Casey Moebius joining us. She is our coordinator for the RN to BSN program, which we'll explain that in a little bit. But she also serves as a professor.
She's got the longest title ever.
And chair. So I thought I had it beat. I think we're going to have a contest. Okay, I want you to say your full title, Dr. Moebius, and then we'll say mine and we'll see who wins.
Okay, well, good morning. My name is Dr. Casey Moebius, and I am the RN to BSN Program Director, Assistant Chairperson, and Associate Professor here at Del Mar College.
I think she wins.
She wins.
Yeah, she wins. So Dr. Natalie Chapa, Associate Vice President of External and Governmental Affairs and Strategic Planning.
Ooh,
I still think
that's
she
pretty
wins.
long too. Yeah,
I know
That's impressive.
It is, right?
It's not. We're just notorious for giving very fancy names. Call me as other duties assigned person. I may be the mascot next week. We'll see. But all jokes aside,
which you would be good at.
I think so. That we'll talk about that. My 8th grade tryouts for Orange Grove Bulldog mascot, but that's for another day.
Interesting.
Because I do want to talk about the excellent healthcare that is the Driscoll system. And so, Eric, you're here on behalf of Driscoll today. Tell us a little bit about what's been going on at Driscoll lately, and I also want to know how you got involved in this work. But first, what's going on at Driscoll?
You know, there's a lot going on at Driscoll, and for the audience, our market is from Port Lavaca, Texas, to Eagle Pass, Texas, south. We call that the Triangle. We've also opened up a clinic in El Paso, Texas, and San Antonio.
Oh, wow.
And we are growing. We've been growing for 50 plus years, but specifically over the last probably 8 years, we've really grown and expanded. We've got another hospital down in Edinburgh, Texas. We call it DCH-RGV. So our demand of Del Mar and our relationship is going to continue to grow because we really need a lot more nurses, doctor. And so for our growth, one of the key components is defining the talented students that we've been receiving from Del Mar, and we just want to double it over the next 5 years.
So
Wow.
I'm really curious, was the footprint expansion, was there always the need to expand, or has the need increasingly grown over the last couple of decades?
It's both. So the need to expand, not only our regional center, which is in Corpus Christi, has needed to expand. We've really grown our cardiovascular program, and we're actually receiving kids from El Paso. So they are literally flying from El Paso to Corpus Christi, from Brownsville, Harlingen, McAllen, Laredo, and Victoria. And in the valley, as you know, in the what I call the McAllen Metroplex has grown quite a bit. It's about 800,000. And so that while there's always been a demand and those kids have left McAllen, Brownsville to come to Corpus, you know, healthcare, it's close to home. And so we felt that for some of those really sick kids that had to spend 30 plus days in a hospital, it would just be a lot easier on the families to be able to do that in their
blessing.
hometown.
And so we've had Lenora Keys as part of our Del Mar College family here for many, many years, recent retiree, but she's been on the board of Driscoll for many years. And so she has talked to us about the growing need, but also has always bragged about the cardiovascular services that Driscoll Children's Hospital provides. It's significant, the doctors, right, and specialists that we have here.
Yeah, the cardiovascular program over the last years has really received national recognition. We've got a lot of great docs in orthopedics and neurosurgery, but the cardiovascular program has really hit the national headlines. We recruited a physician from Florida about 9 years ago, and for the sickest kid, what we call a Stat 5 case for cardiovascular, the outcome for that program is number one in the country and number one in the state of Texas. And when you include all of the categories for Stat 1 through Stat 5, is number 5 in the country and number one in the state of Texas. So we're proud of all of our docs, but that program has clearly hit highlights and was trended as the fastest growing cardiovascular program in the country.
Wow.
Congratulations.
I mean, congratulations. I feel like that gives me chills. I hope our audience out there is like, wow.
What I want to add,
Yes,
one of
please.
our several of our cardiac sonographers, guess where they graduated from?
Del Mar College.
All right.
So that is one of the reasons, Del Mar and our partnership is one of the reasons why we've been able to fill those positions, keep it local, and grow the program.
And I'm glad you brought that up. We love what we do here at Del Mar College. We are just as passionate. I know, so just from being a community member, know a lot of your employees over the years, and there's again a passion that permeates the Driscoll way, right? There's the Driscoll way. And so we have our own, the Viking way. We may or may not have stolen it. I'm not going to tell you. But I will say we have our own culture of care here. We are just as passionate about our work here. Enter Dr. Casey Moebius. Again, you wear many hats. But the program at Del Mar College, again, because of the need in the community and of our family and friends and of the kiddos, our program has grown significantly as well. And you've been a big part of that.
Yes, so we are excited because we started our RN to BSN program in the fall of 21 was our first cohort, and we're excited to be producing baccalaureate nurses now. Of course, RN to BSN, once they finish our ADN program, they're eligible to come back for their BSN.
So let's pause for a little bit because we're really, really good at acronyms in our world, and I know the healthcare system too. So an ADN is
Associate degree nursing.
an associate degree nursing. So that means you've spent 2 years, you've received an associate's degree, but you are out in the field as an ADN.
Yes.
But then if you go the full batch, I'm sorry.
So once they've
Talk about
earned
registered.
their
Mhm.
associate degree, they're eligible to take their NCLEX, which is their RN licensure exam. They become an RN.
Okay.
Once they have that RN license and they've completed the Texas core curriculum, they can come back to our BSN program. It's 3 semesters. It's designed for working nurses because they're out there in the
That's
community
right.
working.
Taking care of people.
Yeah, so we intentionally designed the program to make it doable for those working
Absolutely.
nurses to
That's the
obtain their
Bachelor,
BSN.
Bachelor of Science in Nursing.
Yes, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. And we're finding that since fall of 21, I've been a part of the program, and most of our students are students who completed their ADN at Del Mar College too.
And y'all, I want to give a shout out to the nursing faculty because this took probably a good decade. I remember maybe 12, 13 years ago, the nursing faculty coming to the president and saying, we want to do this. We see it coming, we see it growing, we see the potential. So we're all going to get our doctorates, right? Because in order to have a proper certified BSN program, you have to have those certified doctoral degree faculty. And y'all did that.
Yes.
And it was amazing. It was amazing to watch.
It's an incredible program, and I can tell you as an employer is the fact that you're helping these nurses be able to stay in practice and see these patients, because what we're looking for the experience. So not only are they growing their professional career, they're able to take care of these children, and that experience is very difficult to find. So we appreciate that very much.
Yeah, it's significant. And for our audience out there, again, how does a community college offer a bachelor's degree? And, simply without completely nerding out, which we like to do around here in academia, but a community college can offer a bachelor's degree if the local regional universities cannot meet the workforce demand. So Texas A&M University Corpus Christi has a phenomenal nursing program as well. But because there's such a shortage and such a demand for nurses, that is when the community college is allowed to come in and offer. So now we have that bachelor's degree in nursing. But then what's great is that you can stay here and then go over to Texas A&M Corpus Christi and get your nurse practitioner degree and license and stay here, work here, and live in the community and have a great quality of life.
And I have to put a plug in for our ADN program, our associate degree nurses. One of our outcome is to measure job placement, and we have excessively over 90% of our graduates have a job. Most of them are within this community. We rarely have students that leave Corpus Christi area, and most of them have a job offer even before they graduate. So that's an amazing opportunity for those students.
If you're interested in healthcare, this is the place to be.
It absolutely
sure.
is. So how does one get involved? Hey, wait a minute. This sounds like this is something I could do. Start with the associate's degree. I want to do this. For anybody, how do they get in contact with us here at Del Mar College?
Well, they can go to our website, delmar.edu/rn, and they can schedule an advising appointment straight from the website. The first step would probably be to speak with a nursing advisor, and we can explain the path and the courses and where they even need to start.
And I appreciate you starting with that because it's confusing. Again, we speak in a lot of acronyms and just and then you tie in education and healthcare together and it's just acronyms galore.
Mm-hmm.
And so having somebody who's going to be calm and knowledgeable and sit down and advise you and talk to you. We have that here at Del Mar College. So I'm glad you're like, you don't have to know anything. Just come on over, make an appointment, come sit with us, and we will help you with that.
Absolutely. And, it starts with, I know Del Mar has a phenomenal relationship with the schools and the school districts, and it starts there. So it's as a call out to Del Mar, the school districts. Anytime you have students interested in any of the Del Mar programs where Driscoll can assist, we're here to assist because it starts at the high school level and at sometimes the intermediate school level.
I'm glad you brought that up, the intermediate, because we've been talking a lot about that here at the college, is now we're looking at middle school, right? The junior high, the middle school level, and really just kind of teaching them and giving them ideas about what's out there, because you could be a nurse or a doctor, or how many other jobs and careers do you have just within the health system? It's significant.
Yeah, it's healthcare, it's delivery of care, it's accounting, it's finance, it's IT. I mean, the list is huge. Occupational therapy.
Legal,
radiology, cardiac. I mean,
psychiatry,
it's,
right?
Psychiatry. We offer at Driscoll all of the subspecialty care. And whether or not you want to go in the direct delivery of care, if you want to be a clinical administrator as a nurse, you can go on that track. And so it's just so broad. While it is healthcare, you can think that a healthcare organization, it covers every single discipline from business to psychology to computer science. And so we're looking for all of them.
That's amazing. And because it is such a large organization and it's touching so many areas, not only that, but if you're a fundraiser, right?
Exactly.
Again, we were talking earlier, if you're in government relations, there's a space for you to advocate and support and work within the system.
We're looking for a government relations person right now. So that's just as an example.
You can't have her.
But it's all disciplines. And so, but the demand, and I will tell you, it's not just South Texas, and this is for Del Mar, is we want all of the kids. We want first shot, but it is an incredible statewide demand and a national demand for all the specialties that we're talking about. We want to keep the kids local. We want all of them to stay here, but there are positions all across the state of Texas and outside the state.
Talk about a secure field.
It's a great field to be in.
Definitely.
For the students.
Definitely secure. We'll be right back.
This is where you want to be, to dream, to grow, to graduate and succeed. This is Oso Creek Campus at Del Mar College, home to core classes and signature programs with cutting-edge labs and state-of-the-art facilities. This is a place of innovation, transformation, and support. This is your time, your future. This is where you belong. Learn more at dmcdreams.com.
This show is a production of Del Mar College, where advising and registration are underway for fall 2026 classes. Earn a certificate, associate's degree, or bachelor's degree for your dream career. Visit delmar.edu/registration. This is Viking Radio.
So once again, we've got Mr. Eric Hamon here, our president and CEO of the Driscoll Health System. We also have one of our professors, chairs, and our coordinator for the RN to BSN program that's here at Del Mar College, Dr. Casey Moebius. Again, talking about all of the opportunities there are to be a part of how to get to Del Mar College, how to be a part of Driscoll and the Driscoll way. Great conversations about that. You know, I have to admit, I love talking about this, but I was a Driscoll baby. In 1977, I was in Driscoll for 2 weeks. And I always say, I don't know if this is appropriate or not, I was the Haas baby because I was a 5-pounder, which in today's preemie terms, that's a pretty big baby, right? I mean, you've got now babies, 1 pound?
1 pound.
1 pound. So I feel like I was like, hey, like here I come.
That was still pretty.
5-pounder.
So you were a NICU baby.
I was a NICU baby for 2 weeks. And so it does hold a very special place in my heart because my parents remember being there every day for 2 weeks and how phenomenal the staff was. That was in 1977. But the demand, right, and the need for neonatal and for NICU has really increased over the years.
Boy, neonatal has really grown. And at this time, in that footprint that I described earlier, Port Lavaca, Eagle Pass South, we now manage over 250 NICU beds across South Texas.
Wow.
Now, our primary locations in Corpus Christi, at Alameda, and then at Spawn South, we run that NICU unit. We also manage all the units in Victoria, Laredo, Brownsville, and in the McAllen area.
I used to work at Driscoll in the Steve Warner days, and I've coordinated and organized many NICU reunions. Intimately familiar with the NICU reunions, as well as the folks that just world-class folks who work at Driscoll. And I don't think there's anybody in this room who hasn't been touched by Driscoll in some way. And it's just a great organization. I'll never forget one thing that several people emphasized when I worked at Driscoll, and that is that children are not little adults.
They are not.
That stuck with me to this day.
I agree. I mean, children are not little. The equipment's different. How you handle it is different. How you interact with parents or guardians different. They are not little adults. As mentioned before, there are some as small as 1 pound and perhaps as big as 250 plus pounds. And so you've really got to have the ability to handle it all. But no, they are not young adults. These are babies in some instances and just children. Takes some special care and a lot of patience.
That's a really good point, Mike. Yeah. And you're right. The care is very special. Being a mother here and raising children here, running over to Driscoll, I mean, it happens when you've got kiddos and in all sorts of situations. And you're right. It's a very special type of care. Very special. One that I greatly appreciate. And I came from Austin, and it's been the care here for my kids has just been excellent.
We're obviously proud of it, and getting back to our relationship with Del Mar, it's the culture, the Viking culture, and the Driscoll culture are so aligned that when we hire the students from Del Mar, the transition to Driscoll has been just so incredibly smooth. And it's that type of talent that allows us to continue to take care of these children, and we appreciate the relationship very much.
We're going to give a shout out to the faculty and staff over there for that. Again, phenomenal. I don't know if we can say enough about everything that y'all do there. It's very special. It's very
have an
special work that
amazing
you
team in our nurse education department, amazing group of educators from all different nursing experiences. They all do an excellent job.
Dr. Moebius, what is this work for you? Why do you do this type of work?
Well, I always had a passion for nursing, but it was early on in my career, I realized that educating future nurses was really where I needed to be. And it's so great to see them as they're going through the program and getting to where they're ready to go to the bedside and take care of those patients. And they all have different aspirations, but when you see that light bulb and when they figure out where they belong, whether it's at the bedside or anywhere in the community doing nursing, it's really great to see that growth.
It
And
is.
it's fun to be
very
a part of
special.
it.
So I'm curious because I always say I could not be a nurse or I could not be a teacher. I can be a professor, but don't put me in a kindergarten class or third grade class. And nurses, I think, are such a gift, right? For you, you said it began with nursing.
Yes.
Where did that call come from? Where is that for you?
I have a family of nurses too, so
Okay.
that kind of introduced me to it at a young age. But it's all just stems from that desire to just help people.
Mm-hmm.
And in nursing, we are so lucky because we are dealing with people in their most vulnerable times
Oh
of
my
their
gosh,
lives.
absolutely.
And we're strangers to them, but we can develop that relationship and provide that care that they need. And that's very special to have that.
When you say that, that reminds me, there have been a couple of times with my daughter. She was where she's had a minor surgery there at Driscoll, and then she had another time where she had a little issue, ended up being nothing. She ate too much. That's a whole other story. We thought it was something more serious. But she felt like a rock star when she was at the hospital. I remember she just thought she was a queen.
That's one of the special things about Driscoll is the patients, honestly, they're family to us, and so we treat them like family. I think I surprised some moms and dads. I'll walk around that hospital. I'm an old baseball, football guy, and there'll be kids running around, and we'll just stop and play catch. And what it does is it distracts them from really what they're doing. And I think that's special for some of these kids because it can be scary sometimes going to a hospital, knowing that you have to have care. I think being able to just make them feel at home. And so our goal obviously is to get them better, but we want them to feel special and be home and feel like family for Driscoll.
And you do that for their family members too.
Family the same way. Because it's as hard as the mom and dad and guardian it is as the children.
Absolutely. So, okay, I didn't know you were an old baseball, football guy. What does that mean?
If you would have talked to me when I was 17, I probably was not on a path to even go to college. I thought I was going to be a pitcher for the Astros. I grew up in Portland. That was my goal. So I went and I worked with Nolan Ryan a couple of years in junior college with the goal to be a pitcher, but a right-handed 87-mile-an-hour guy is not going to be a pitcher for the Astros. And so I had to have a plan B, and I'm glad to say that my plan B was Driscoll.
Pretty amazing. What junior college did you go to?
Alvin Junior College.
Alvin Junior College.
Before I went to A&M.
All right.
And then I
Very
went to
nice.
A&M.
Okay, so you went to Alvin. So we know Alvin Community College very well. And so then you went and became an Aggie.
That's right.
Okay.
Gig 'em.
Gig 'em? Okay, I said it. I didn't mean to. It just came out. He's so nice.
You can edit
and
it.
friendly. It just came out of me. That's never happened before. I'll have you know, I have birthed an Aggie and I married an Aggie. It has never come out like that.
I know.
Eric Hammond, I don't know what you just did.
I know.
That was
Man,
the
it's
the
the
impossible.
The force.
Mike, it's charisma.
Yes, I agree.
Mikeage charisma. I'm writing that down. I'm going to use that. Where does this come from for you? What does working for Driscoll do for you?
It's just I'm clearly, while it may appear that I'm only 30, I'm not. Every day I get up in the morning and it's just exciting to go to Driscoll, and I can go there and be with kids and feel like a kid. And it's an acknowledgement, I think, a little bit about life. When I'm in my office and something's not working right, I can walk across that hospital every single day and be humbled about the care that's being taken, and that my little problems are nothing compared to what some of these families are going through. And it feels very special that we're taking care of them.
Wow, that's
Feels
that
good.
It is very humbling.
You just reminded me of something, and I want to give a shout out to Chris Adler, Clowns Who Care.
Yep.
They're
Incredible.
making a comeback.
They're making a comeback.
That's
right.
She just told us the other day.
I grew up there on Clowns That Care. Phenomenal group. Big, big, big hearts.
Yeah, absolutely.
Big hearts, but also with Clowns Who Care, you have a phenomenal volunteer base there at the hospital.
That's right.
and in the system.
Incredible volunteers. I mean, when you run the number of volunteer hours, it's like employing 100 people. That's
Yeah.
a pretty phenomenal
amazing.
statistic.
And they're happy to do it.
happy to do it,
Yes,
and the kids love it.
I want to give a shout out to Lizette.
Phenomenal.
Also. Yes.
Is that
Good-
the
great
volunteer
team.
coordinator?
Volunteer coordinator.
leader.
Okay.
First class lady, good friend of mine.
Yeah, there's a lot of things we would not be able to do without the volunteers. It's just an incredible group, and some of those volunteers were my elementary school teachers, so it's kind of fun
Oh, I
seeing
love
them
that.
there.
Wow.
Yeah. So what is next for the health system?
You know, we're looking at growing. So in Corpus Christi, there's a building that we're going to knock down and then build up. So we built what we call a pavilion. It was a 5-story building. We have outgrown that, so we're going to build another 5-story building
Wow.
here on
Okay.
Alameda. We're going to expand the hospital down at Driscoll Children's Hospital, Rio Grande Valley. It's already too small. It was 119 beds. We've added 15. We've got to add more. And then in Laredo, we are in the process of building a 150,000 square foot building and expanding in Brownsville. So pretty much every
Wow.
market that we're going to, we are going to absolutely need a lot more clinicians and nurses and technologists
That's
for the
amazing.
foreseeable future, at least for the next 25 years.
That's exciting that everybody is going to get the care that they need. It's already amazing what you do, so this just elevates it to another level. Dr. Moebius, what about for Del Mar College? What's going on for the nursing
Well,
program?
the need, as he indicated. So, community outreach here at Del Mar College is amazing, and we start with even middle schoolers. So, we have Discover Del Mar. I believe that's
Yes.
typically in October. Maybe my dates are wrong, but the nursing program always participates in those recruitment events, trying to get those young people interested in all of the allied health programs and nursing, just to, give them that introduction. These are some of the opportunities that you have if you want to pursue this field to hopefully, grow our
That's
workforce in the future. So outreach is always one of our priorities. Recruitment. I do a lot of recruitment along with our embedded advisors. We have 2 amazing
Love your
embedded
advisors.
advisors.
Yes.
Shout out to them, Belinda Munoz and Cecilia Gamboa.
You have the best.
And we're actually participating in Driscoll's Education Health Fair in September. So we're happy to be there. And, any of your employees that are interested in pursuing a higher education or different degree path, we're happy to speak with them.
Awesome.
But recruitment is always a priority, just to get people interested in the health field and nursing.
And I want to brag on Dr. Moebius's
Let's do it.
program real quick. Job placement, as you mentioned, consistently runs over 95% for your graduates. Your pass rate last year, the nurse education pass rate was 97.1%.
Yes.
This year, in May, this past May, your pass rate was 98%.
Yes.
Those are great numbers.
Shout out to the
Yes.
students
And
out
our
there.
Fantastic.
faculty for getting
Amazing
them prepared
faculty.
for that. Yes.
And registered nurses, the normal pay is almost $81,000 a year. That's a good living.
It is.
And
yes.
for the licensed practical and licensed vocational nurses, the normal pay is $58,000 a year. Also a good living.
And that's a start. That's you're
Yes.
starting. That's right.
And I will tell you that increases with years of service pretty
That's
quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty steep curve. So get started. We're excited about it, and it's going to be an incredibly successful career for you.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Eric, Dr. Moebius, thank you so much for being here. Again, our audience out there, I think we say this every time, but God, what another phenomenal collaboration, again, with our community partners and, again, amazing leaders in the community. Eric, Dr. Moebius, doing amazing things. Thank you so much for being here today, both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Make it a great day.
This show is a production of Del Mar College. Follow us on Spotify at Viking Radio.